Hello everyone, Burning Wiki here, and today we have a new Hell Let Loose developer briefing, and there is a lot in it, so let me dive straight into it. And this is developer briefing 187, called a brand new identity. Hey everyone, today's brief is another big one, diving further into some additional improvements coming with update 14. We'll be sharing a final changelog with everyone on the 21st of May, where you'll be able to find the complete list of changes and bug fixes. And that is in about 6 days time, so next week we're gonna get another update. I'm gonna look forward to that because my god, this game is moving fast all of a sudden and I am really liking it. Since Team 17 took over Hell Let Loose, things have been moving fast, and this is a good thing because there was a lot of content that was just going slow, right guys? But let me continue. The Hell Let Loose experience, offering unique gameplay through player-driven experience. Hell Let Loose is often defined as a hardcore World War II first-person shooter with a steeper learning curve and a strong emphasis on communication. Platoons are only successful when knowledge is shared and comms are open, and in update 14 have begun to facilitate better onboarding for both new and existing players alike. Non-verbal communication tools. In our roadmap reveal, we announced that non-verbal communication tools would be implemented to help players support who may not have access to a microphone or are able to use one. Well, you know, my stance is if you play Hell Let Loose, you need a microphone, especially when you play as a squad leader, right? But I guess some people do not like it or are not allowed to, or you can't for circumstances. And non-verbal communication tools are very handy in this regard. And it's gonna be a radial menu, which is also very handy for console users, right? While this new tool is not designed to be used by squad leaders or commanders, it does offer other players a new way to supplement communications. A radial wheel that categorizes into 4 of the most essential comms, and those are requests, responses, information and actions. And well, you can request ammo, healing, supplies, explosive ammo and awaiting orders. Responses are acknowledgement, thank you, sorry, good job, unlucky and repeat. Information is enemy ping, and actions are attacking, defending, observing and moving. Well, that's all the basics. That's everything you need right there, right? It doesn't need to be overcomplicated. And we can see here the radial tool in action. And yeah, I think this is a very good addition to the game. With an option to select, corresponding text will appear in the text chat and the relevant marker will appear above your character's head. Following members of the same unit to see who has made the request for actions, markers will be placed wherever the player is pointing other than defending, which is placed at the player's current location. Again, I think this is very handy. The more tools you have to communicate with your teammates, you know, the better it is. And I think this is one of the things that should have been implemented a long time ago. We hope that these non-verbal communications will allow players to quickly and efficiently deliver information when voice comms are not available. And we can see here the point and ping update. Update 14 will also further developing the existing ping feature by introducing a new point and ping system where the player has been able to highlight the location of ammo, explosive ammo and supply boxes to other players in their platoon. To use this new system, players must be within 5 meters of the item using either the middle mouse button or the left D-pad on a controller for a marker to appear above the item, while also calling it out in text chat. Yeah, and I think now they went a bit overboard, right? Because if somebody says, where is the ammo, you can already point at the ammo crate and then ping it. I guess this is an extra feature, and extra features are always good. Whether you use them or not, it's nice to have all these extra things in the game. And with these extended non-verbal communication tools, we hope players will be able to fully enjoy a Hell Let Loose experience and boost the communication of all players. Improvements to the experience screen. Update 14 will also see an initial improvement of the XP screen by now providing a breakdown of your awarded experience. With this feedback, players will be able to better understand how to alter their playstyle to maximize the XP they are awarded. Sounds very good. Vote to kick functionality. Console players will soon be able to vote to kick those who are purposefully disrupting gameplay. Arriving with update 14 functionality for a vote to kick system is being implemented. Wait, they didn't have a vote to kick system? So what happens if players start trolling? I guess you just have to put up with it? That seems very weird to me, so I'm glad they are getting this now, I guess. Mirroring the one available on PC, where 20 votes are required to successfully kick a player. From the lobby menu, players will be able to select one of the following options to start to vote: abuse, cheating, or team killing. And I would like to say, on PC you regularly see a vote being made, and it's rare that it is successful. You need so many people in order for the vote to be successful. It says here 20 people. I'm not sure about that. I've seen votes, you need 35 people, right? You need like 3/4 of the team needs to vote yes. Votes hardly ever work on PC. Or the voting system itself works, I should say. It's just always, it's not successful. Also, the time to vote goes by very fast. And when you're in a firefight, you don't have time to vote, right? I don't even pay attention to it. When somebody is shooting at me and I'm shooting back at them, I'm not thinking, oh, let me cast my vote, right? No. So I think the voting system it's a very good thing to have, but it needs some adjustments. Improved player locomotion. With each update, we're continuing to improve gameplay mechanics, including player locomotion, creating realistic movement that more accurately reflects a soldier capability. Dive to prone. Highly anticipated update 14 will see dive to prone finally implemented. Yes, allowing sprinting players to hold the prone button to seamlessly move into a prone and avoid conflict or discovery. And we can see it here in action, and that looks really good. And it looks kind of fluid as well. This is a nice thing to have. It is now really like you're a robot, right? You stand still or you're running and then you're forced to stand still and then you drop to the ground. This seems way, way better. And here we can see it in first person. Way better. This is a really good update. Really good. Step height improvements. These improvements have now introduced individual step heights for each position of standing, crouching and prone. Crouch step height has been decreased while slightly increasing the standing step height, allowing players to traverse through maps more smoothly while remaining realistic. Nice, because sometimes you're walking through a terrain standing up or running through a terrain fully standing up and then you get stuck on a little rock and it's like, no, come on, you're breaking my attack movements, you're breaking my immersion as well. This is a very good improvement to the game. Run and sprint updates. Sprinting and running in both crouch and standing have been adjusted to feel more natural and realistic. Improvements to the rifle animation set. New jog animations as well as pose animations for rifle movement set have been implemented, along with a new aim poses, creating more natural movement and poses. Alongside these, improvements to the base idles and transitions for rifles have been implemented. Players onboarding development. The existing field menu has been updated for update 14 so that it will now reflect the non-verbal communication wheel, as well as including a first iteration of video tutorials, short GIF style videos, and help to illustrate certain in-game actions. Very, very good. This I don't know if any of you have played Squad, but that's what Hell Let Loose needs. If you start playing Squad, you get thrown into boot camp, and in boot camp everything is explained to you. This is a nice feed menu to have that Hell Let Loose now implemented with a short little, video of what you actually mean. But what they really need is the bootcamp style introduction to the game. That would be far superior to this. I hope in the future that will be implemented. We have also added further details for the following: dive to prone, defensive building, and engine damage. While we continue to work on plans for our new tutorial system coming in a future update, we hope that the initial expansion of the field menu will help players locate the correct information to support them on the front line. And I hope they mean with this that they're gonna add some sort of boot camp to the game. That would be the best thing by far. Game analytics and internal testing. A game of the size of Hell Let Loose will always be difficult to fully test at scale, with some bugs only occurring when several key factors align, including the implementation of new features, introducing bugs not present during the Q&A or regular testing. Update 14 will be evolving on an initial implementation of the game analytics introduced with update 13.5, allowing us to better identify issues that players run into, effectively design new features, and support the fixes of the harder to reproduce bugs. With a much quicker release schedule planned and more internal resources for testing, including the game analytics will no longer be relying on public testing ahead of a new update in the current PTE format. We are reviewing new processes to support early access for our partners, moderators, and creators. The new studio has recently brought on a dedicated resource to help support early access for future updates. We'll be sharing more on this in the coming months. And then we're gonna have some free DLC, the Jericho Cap, available with update 14. Players can download the Jericho Cap, a new version of the Bodhoyokvaka hat. Oh, I'm butchering that, am I not? A pinnacle of the communist uniform during the Russian Civil War. When a temperature drops, the flaps come down to shield the crew's ears and neck from the harshest weather, I should say. The free DLC is available to the Soviet commander, infantry armor, and recon units, and it looks funny to me. It looks really funny. Oh my god, yeah, that's gonna be I love it. I'm loving it though. Worn at the beginning of World War II during the bleak winter weather, the Jericho Cap worked to keep the Soviet soldiers warm so they could continue to fight. And we're gonna get a new Cavalry Code DLC as well. Alongside the free DLC, players can now also keep their soldiers warm with the Cavalry Code DLC worn by the Soviet tank crews throughout the war. Available for the Soviet tank commander and the crewman. And it looks really good, I have to say. I mean, yeah, great. I love all these new things. Stained by the grease and grime from the heavy machinery, its well-insulated mix of suede and sheep's wool protect the crew from the cold. Love it. And Wombat's wrap up. Hey everyone, Wombat here. And for those who do not know, Wombat Medic, as she's called, is the Minister of Propaganda, to keep in theme with the World War II genre of Hell Let Loose. And Yeah, she is the new community manager. I think she started a few months ago. Let's see what she has to say. Hey everyone, Wombat here. I wanted to share a few updates on just some of the bugs currently being investigated, as well as to catch up on the results of the map refresh poll. Loadout and grenade bugs. I have been continuing to share your experience with these persistent bugs, and while they are still incredibly difficult to reproduce, the team are keen to resolve them with future development. Both require further testing and verification to help pinpoint the cause. These two bugs have been in the game forever. I think they are so hard to find for the team, and if you can't find the problem, you can't fix it, right? So yeah, I do hope they fix it, because everybody know how frustrating it is. Like, you want to use the second or the third loadout, and then you get the basic loadout, or you want to throw the hand grenade and you can't, and that's always in the most critical moment or combat situation, right? It is. I hope they finally do fix them and find them and fix them, of course. Reload and animation bugs. The reload animation bug has now been successfully fixed for update 14. That is some good news right there. Server performance. Update 14 will also be bringing further performance improvements to a range of maps with more HLOD fixes to address transition issues, as well as a pass over meshes to remove excessive triangle counts and additional UV sets. A map to refresh. Thank you to everyone who voted in the map refresh poll. While it started out close, Purple Hardline took the win by securing 50% of all votes. So what's happening now? We'll be taking a look at the feedback on the post to see which improvements we can begin to plan for, and we'll share further details in a future development brief. If you haven't yet shared your ideas, make sure to leave your comment. Players crashing and joining T17 friend. The Team 17 have implemented a reproduce the console specific bug and have so far been unsuccessful. To help us investigate it further, please continue to report this issue either using this form, or the form here, or in the Discord, and provide it as much information as possible, including time of crash, the platform you were using, the number of friends in your T17 friends list, and username, gamertag ID. Battle Scarred DLC now available for spotters and snipers. Weapon reload audio. The team are now currently working on fixing for a range of weapon missing audio on console and aim to deploy these with update 15. Barracks lighting. Based on feedback from update 13.5, the team have been increased the exposure of the barracks brightening the screen. Players will be able to see this change with update 14. Tank shell penetration. This issue is continuing to be looked at as part of a wider investigation into reporting issues of inconsistent hit registration. Floating pistols. Furthermore elements. Further amendments are required before the team are able to release a fix for some instances of pistols floating on the menu screen. Flamethrower clipping radio. The team will be submitting a fix in update 14 for a bug where the German support player wearing the Battle Scar DLC would see the Flammenwerfer loadout clip through the radio box. And the Hell Let Loose identity. Hell Let Loose is gonna get a new logo, which, it's taste. I kind of like it, the whole new. It looks fresh, it looks sharp. I like the H. It reminds me of Return to Castle Wolfenstein, right? I mean, look at it. I will put up a picture of Return to Castle Wolfenstein logo. It kind of looks like that. But I like it. I like it very much. And there's gonna be a game price change. And wherever you are, Hell Let Loose is gonna be 5 units more expensive. And they say units because it's gonna be €5 more expensive, 5 rubles more expensive, 5 zlotys more expensive, or €5 more expensive, because they keep adding stuff to the game. I guess you know, it all sounds reasonable to me, right? The more stuff they add to the game, they need to earn that money back. And well, that was a lot of things are being added, and yeah, I really like all the new things that they will gonna add in the new update coming. And let me know in the comment section what do you think about all this new stuff being added to Hell Let Loose. Don't forget to leave me a like and subscribe to the channel. Join me on Discord and follow me on Twitter. My name is Burning Wiki, and I will see you all next time.